I've been waiting for something to arrive, and it just arrived. I'm gonna go show you guys. Let's check it out. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here you go.
See it. Oh baby. Ooh. Ooh. Is that paper? Yeah. Ooh. Dang. Oh. Oh.
Alright, I've only had about 5 or so minutes to play around with the grinder. First impressions are it's really well built and it has a really precise grind. But I don't have the time to kind of go into it fully today. I'm actually heading on holidays, so I'm going to take this with me and run it through all the tests that I would do for a full review. So I'm going to play with this for a week. I'm going to come back to you on my holidays with the review and let you guys know what I think. Let's go on holidays. Alright, we've been on holidays for a week or so, and I got my son Jack, who actually drinks coffee. People always ask me if he actually drinks coffee, because in these videos, he does drink coffee. I don't let him drink it all the time, but he does, and he's a bit of a gear man. He likes good quality things, so I got Jack joining me today for the grinder review. Today, we are reviewing the Commandante, but Jack says it's pronounced.
No, you said it.
I said it right? Commandante?
Commandant.
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 Commandant. So this is the Commandant grinder, and I've been using this every morning on holidays to make my morning coffee. I've been making an AeroPress with it every day, and we're gonna give you guys our full rundown, but let me just say this makes delicious, beautiful coffee. It is an amazing grinder, and I have very much enjoyed it, and the coffee that it produces while on holiday. Jack?
The first thing we're gonna talk about is the beautiful aesthetics of this grinder. It's got a really nice wood veneer with the wood burnt logo right there. Every detail of this grinder is just aesthetically pleasing. There's a nice gorgeous oak handle there. If you're a person who likes slick bohemian looking things, this grinder is definitely for you.
Bohemian?
Bohemian.
Ooh,
yeah.
La la.
This grinder comes in a variety of different colors, but this one, I think this one's probably my personal favorite. It's pretty slick.
Dude, I think we're sitting near a bee's nest. As far as the grind quality goes, they call this the C4 Nitro Blade. I don't really know what that means. It's probably just a name they came up with, but they claim it to be a high performance hand grinder, and it certainly is. They use a high alloyed stainless steel, and the quality of the grind is everything that they say it is. The level of consistency that you can get out of this grinder is really amazing, and yes, you could easily do espresso with this grinder if you are willing to put forward the effort to make that happen. It is a steep grinder, and one of the things they've done really well is make it super easy to know which way you're turning, and to be able to dial that in, you can use the click system that they have, so you can just count your clicks as you're dialing in. I would personally say that this grinder has a better quality than Baratza Encore or a Baratza Virtuoso even, and I would probably choose it if I was just to go on purely cup quality, that this grinder would produce a better grind than those two electric grinders, which is a pretty amazing thing for a hand grinder. It makes delicious coffee because the consistency of the grinder is so good. As far as the build quality of the grinder goes, it's built really, really well. You don't feel like it's gonna break in your hands. It's made super, super well. The one thing I am concerned about is when you travel, this is what's going into your bag, and it has like a little glass lid here, and the handle doesn't fold down anyway. So that's the only thing I would say as far as the quality goes. I'm worried that I'm gonna break it when I'm packing it around, because this is about as compact as it gets. You can take the lid off, but it doesn't really fold up anywhere. And then again, this is actual glass, so this could break on you while you're traveling, and then your grinder's hooped. Maybe it's plastic. Jack says it's plastic, I say it's glass.
I thought it was plastic.
Anyways, it could still break. I don't know if it's plastic or glass, but you could definitely break that sucker.
Glass. As far as the usability goes, the Comandante is prime. It has a dual bearing system, which sort of reminds me of the fidget spinners we used to have in class in grade 4. Just spins forever. It's for sure easier than many of the grinders we've used before, like the Hario Skirtin and the Hario Pro, whatever. Like he used to make me grind with those, and the child labor, it's much easier with this.
Joke, definitely joking about the child labor.
As far as grinding coffee goes, it's pretty effortless and easy to turn.
Grind it, grind it.
It is really great for grinding and stuff, but the one thing we found is that it's really, really big. Like with the Time War Nano, I could grind all day with that thing because it's just so skinny and you could just fit it around easy.
I've got huge, huge hands, and I even find this grinder a little wide. I can't wrap my paws even around it the whole way. So when you're grinding with that, it actually does make it a bit uncomfortable to grip, because you're not able to grip the whole thing as well as you'd like.
But it almost comes back because of how smooth that is.
Exactly. It's something that makes you a little annoyed while you're using it, but it's not a deal breaker necessarily. As far as comparisons go, if I had a chunk of money to spend on a grinder like this, I would likely end up settling with the Time War Nano, or potentially some of the new Time War models that are coming out. That's right, there are some new models I've been told about that have a bigger grind capacity than the current Nano, which is only 15 grams of coffee, which, speaking about the Comandante, is a major plus, is that it has a large hopper capacity. You could grind coffee for quite a few people with this grinder because it is so big. However, saying that, it is a little uncomfortable to use, and that would almost be a deal breaker for me. I found myself not looking forward to grinding the coffee in the morning on this grinder, even though it does such a great job, even though the quality is there, even though the aesthetics are there. It just hurt my hand. And the Time War Nano, even though it has that smaller capacity, it just gives me joy when I use that sucker because it's so easy to use. It just glides around like this does, but it doesn't hurt my hand at all. As far as comparing the grind quality between the Time War and the Commandant, I would say the Commandant definitely just comes ahead a little bit. It's got that beautiful, beautiful burr set that just gives it a really amazing grind. So don't get me wrong, this is a great grinder, and it would be an awesome choice if you love hand grinding coffee or if you're on the road quite a bit. For me, it's just a little bit more uncomfortable than that Time War Nano, and I would choose the Time War Nano both because it's cheaper and the ease of use. I'm just picking this apart because this is a review.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any ideas on what we should review next, or if you're a small company or a business or a big business who wants to send us stuff to review, we'll give you honest feedback.
Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing and sharing. We are getting that much closer to our Disneyland trip, right, Jack? No, not really, we're quite a ways off, but thank you guys. Grinders in the market, this is definitely not a cheap grinder. It comes in at $345, and these people are so loud, they are cramping my style. We are trying to film a video, and they're talking, they do not understand who we are. They don't understand we're YouTube stars, and we're making a video.